I'm back! I realise there's been videos for like the last 3 days when I've not been around, but I'm now back. We've got Football Manager again, and we're going to be doing this whole Football Manager thing daily again for a little while. Apologies for the last few days if you're only here for the Football Manager, but you should probably check out some of those EGX videos anyway, because I think they were pretty cool. Hello and welcome to part 18 of Gunning for Glory. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're at home against Leicester and then also at home against Newcastle, both in the Premier League. And it's a Premier League where we've just been knocked off the top of the table, I would argue through no fault of our own. We had a draw away against Man City, but Man City are third in the league. We can't really punish ourselves for that. But Man United have jumped back up above us again, although we do have a game in hand, and that game in hand is this first game up against Leicester. The two of us have got a big gap behind us to Liverpool and City, so it's looking like it's going to be a two-horse race as we move into February, and we just need to make sure we pick up this win today to re-establish ourselves at the top of the league. In other news, Arsene Wenger's been at it again. If you remember, at the start of last season, he signed a youth player for me, Pepelu, and he turned out all right. So I didn't turn off the instructions that let him do what he wants with the youth team. And it's now come back to bite me in the backside. I mean, he's brought in a player, Tom Miles. He's fine. I've got no issues with this guy being brought in at all. 16-year-old English midfielder. Only cost us £2.8 million. He's got 5-star potential. That's all fine. That works for me. Good work, Arsene. Bad work, Arsene, for selling Ryan Sessegnon. Just completely out from under me without giving me the option to cancel it. I don't know if I've got the options set up wrong somewhere or something, but this is the 17-year-old wonder kid left back we signed from Fulham for £7.5 million in the summer. He's now a West Ham United player. Thanks, Arsene. And he's made his Premier League debut for them as well. Didn't even get the option to cancel the deal. I've also sent Gabriel Barbosa out on loan to Porto because he's just not even getting on our bench. So he scored 2 goals on his debut for them. So that might do him the world of good. 6 months in Portugal, comes back. I mean, he had a good season there last year for Benfica. So hopefully he'll go there, have a good time, come back and be able to force his way at least onto our bench for next season. But with those couple of comings and goings, this is the team that we're putting out there to face Leicester today. And there are a couple of injury issues to take into account. Mesut Ozil is going to be out for another couple of weeks. He's got a calf strain. He's also requested a transfer to Barcelona and wanted to insist on me agreeing on a fee of £34 million. So I told him to do one, and now he's in a grumpy. Although morale-wise, it doesn't look like he is, but he got himself injured straight away. So as far as I'm concerned, his calf's fine. He's just sulking. And he's not going to Barcelona for that kind of money. They can pay us what they paid for Sanchez in the summer. We've got a profit to make here. Lacazette's injured as well. He's got can't even remember what was wrong with him, but he's been out throughout the whole of January, but now he's just about to return to fitness again, which is splendid. But this is our team for today's game. We've got Ter Stegen in goal. A back four of Monreal, Tar, Koscielny and Chambers. Diawara and Sanchez in midfield with Iwobi, Asensio and Lamar in behind Iheanacho. And remember, Iheanacho, Leicester player last season, scored lots of goals from last year and is finally starting to find some form for us. So hopefully he'll... he's not going back because they're coming to our place. He'll come up against his former teammates and have a really rather good time and score himself a great big pile of goals. That's what we're all after. Excuse me as well for the lack of replays in the last couple of episodes. I just forgot to turn them back on. I don't usually have them on when I'm playing offline. And if we do have any glitchy issues or anything on today's video, it's because this is the first video that I've recorded on the new PC, which the wonderful people who watch me on Twitch 3 nights a week bought for me. Basically, if you don't know about that story yet, you need to check out today's vlog, which is out about an hour after this video over on my vlog channel, and I explain a little bit about how that all came to be and also show you around the PC as well. So if you want to see what the new PC is, if you want to know what the specs are, head over to the vlog channel, 5 o'clock today, and you can have a little look at the PC, and I also explain how it ended up being in my possession. Renato Sanchez forcing a save from Schmeichel for long range, and it's a bit sad, isn't it? Also, another apology. I mean, this is Kev's list of apologies today. This is apology number 3 already, I think. 4 minutes into the video. There's probably not going to be a FIFA video today, mainly because the whole setting up the new PC thing. Anyone who watched the stream I did here on YouTube last night will know that my microphone wasn't really behaving the way it was supposed to. I think it's fixed now, but I've spent 3 hours fiddling with that this morning, and I just think I'm going to run out of time to do today's Road to Glory episode, so it might be that that comes out tomorrow. There's every chance that after I did this, I found a little pocket of time and it will still be out at 6:30 today, but if it's not, that's why, and it will be back tomorrow, and that also pushes the return of Total Extreme Wrestling back a day. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. And then lastly, there is a football match going on, but let's not worry about that. Lastly, Iheanacho's injured. Potential head injury. He'll be fine. I want to know about what your views are on the future of streaming for me. Obviously, streaming is becoming a big part of my business. The fact that we were able to create a new computer out of nowhere through 3 weeks of streaming over on Twitch, through generous donations from viewers, is fantastic. But YouTube, I enjoyed streaming on YouTube last night. As a Twitch affiliate, I'm not allowed to stream on both at the same time. I did explore that. You might have catched the Nothing to See Here stream where I was experimenting with that this morning, but that's not a goer. And let me know down in the comments whether you would... What I want to know is, do you watch the stream now? If you do, would you mind if it moved to YouTube? And if you don't, would moving it to YouTube encourage you to watch it more? I'm trying to make a decision about what's going to be the best thing to do. Tonight, we're going to be on Twitch as normal, because it's Tuesday, it's Twitch night. But I don't know. I don't know where we're going to be Thursday, so I need to make some decisions. And your feedback, as ever, is very helpful in the decision-making process. Right, we're running out of attacking players here. So let's bring Richardson on up front, and I might bring Reece Nelson on, actually. Give him some more Premier League game time. Kieran Richardson, I'm not sure if you've met him before. He's a regen who came through last season on Regen Day and was good enough to get a game last year. He's got another game this year. He's played more games for us than Gabriel Barbosa has. So I think this lad's got a future. Reece Nelson, you probably already know about because he becomes a little bit of a hero in everybody's Football Manager saves this year. Especially if you're an Arsenal or England manager, because then that's a proper hero because he plays lots of games and stuff for you. Right, how are we doing? We need to close this game off, really, and we're picking up a few yellow cards. We've got Aaron Ramsey sat there, so we'll just bring him on to add a little bit of experience to the midfield and hopefully just see out the rest of this game against Leicester. Where are Leicester in the league this year? They are 14th, so we should be able to just efficiently push them to one side, and that appears to be exactly what we've done. Now we're going to go and play the other game, and I can't remember who we're playing in the other game. Newcastle. Couple of changes for the Newcastle game. Then Bellerin comes back in for Chambers at right back. Christensen comes back in to the back four at the expense of Tar, partnering Koscielny today, and Danny Welbeck comes in up front for Iheanacho, who's recovered from his injury, but only just. Mesut Ozil is back up onto the bench as well, but not quite fit enough to start today. I think he was given 60 minutes on his fitness test, so there's no need to risk him today. Renato Sanchez has just signed a massive new contract, like £130,000 a week, 4-year contract with a £100 million minimum fee release clause, because we signed him as a player who I was expecting to just be like a lot of these other wonder kids, like Asensio, like Gabriel Barbosa, like Iheanacho even, players who will come in and play some games, but not necessarily completely come in and take over the team. But both Diawara and Sanchez in midfield, they are firmly our first choice midfield too, and they've been superb all season. Sanchez was on the verge of having his head turned, wanted a little bit more cash, so it only made sense to pay him a key player salary, because he's definitely already established himself as a key player for us. What we are struggling with a little bit is finding goals again. This kind of happened this time last season. We hit February and our prolific strikers from earlier in the year just stopped scoring. I don't know if it's something that has been put into Football Manager to accurately replicate Arsenal in real life, because as we all know, February is the end of the season for Arsenal. They only play a half season, unlike most other clubs. But it troubles me a little bit that we've been so free-flowing and so good, and now we are really labouring a little bit against the likes of Leicester and Newcastle, and Welbeck, who's been superb, not really showing his superbness today. Christensen comes across well to cover, and hopefully the return of Lacazette and Ozil will allow us to spark up with some goals again, because Spark up with some goals. Isn't that what you do to light a... We're not sparking up goals. We're gonna score a lot of goals. That's what Kev means. I haven't done this for a few days. I've still got EGX on the mind. I'm tired. I've spent 24 hours setting up a computer. It'll all be fine. I'll learn to use words again soon and have Newcastle have just had Jordan Lukaku sent off, and we have Asensio hovering over the free kick, and it's straight into the wall. Sanchez picks up, crosses to Iwobi, who can't quite get there, and Newcastle have gone to a very, very, very defensive system, and we're kind of going to struggle to break this team down now at this point. I think let's get Iheanacho on. I want to bring on Lacazette and Ozil, but I just don't want to break them because we need them later on in the season. Do a go for Ozil, who's not got very good condition but has more match fitness, or Lacazette, who's got good condition but no match fitness. We'll bring Lacazette on this time and hopefully not regret it. I'm going to swap those two over as well just to get the stronger foots on opposite flanks so they can cut in and hopefully grab a goal cutting in off the wings with a little bit of extra threat from both Iwobi and Lacazette. And then I think we probably need to get Asensio off as well and bring Ozil on. I was trying to decide between the two, and they end up both going to come on. So Ozil is going to play in behind the two, and he's got 10 minutes to assert himself on this game and try and create a goal from somewhere for us. So it's Asensio in probably his last move of the match, running free, and I think Newcastle are now down to 9 men. We've got 10 minutes against 9 men. Okay, at this point, we have to go attacking. We need to just camp out in their half. They've got 1 man in our half and everyone else is behind the ball. And we're not even getting a highlight. Please don't let this happen again. We are still top of the league. That's the one good thing. And hopefully with Ozil and Lacazette coming back, we will remember how to score goals. I hope. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.